Well, hello, model car fans. Welcome to the Muscle Car Modeler. My name is Revell, and here I am. I'm getting started on my Bullitt Mustang build here and trying to decide exactly how I'm going to build it and doing a bit of research in here. And I pulled some parts aside here. So actually, let me start with the reference material and what I'm using here, because this is Marcus Cruz's build, and it's got some tips of some of the things he did. And I mean, it's beautiful, and it's much like what I want to do anyway. So not gonna say I'm copying him, but there's some good tips in here, and I may go with him as well. As a matter of fact, he cut off the carburetor, and I was planning the same thing. I mean, I did the exact same thing on mine, so I probably had the intention to copy him, but I was just using the monogram, this one, and the air cleaner, which I might have a better chromed one than this one, or I may put some bare metal foil on it. But that's the ones I had tossed in this box many moons ago when I was coming up with the ideas of what I was going to do. So, here I did get the Ford Corporate Blue on the motor, which would be correct for a 68 big block. So, enjoying this. And I may even wire it, I don't know. Marcus wired his. But, admiring Marcus's work here and some of the stuff he did. And I like when he did the the red oxide primer on it and everything. That came out really cool. I've done that in other builds. But looking this one over, a couple of things that, else that he did. One of the things was this huge, I don't want to say debate. The tail panel, he did his tail panel in black. And I'm kind of in the air on that. The entire tail panel and the bezels in black. So there's a huge debate on that online and some forums and stuff on what is technically correct. For the longest time, I believed that that was correct myself as well. So I'll get to that in a minute. But just looking over what he did and how he did it. So when it comes to the car itself, I'll put this aside. So, now that the car has reappeared after being out of the public view for 45 years, and the actual history of the real car and what it's been through, but I want to make it like the movie car, but I don't want it to be exactly like the movie car in per se as the dull paint, the dents. The scratches and trim that are visible. The mirror, depending on which scene you see, there's different mirrors. Some of the chase scenes, there's a painted green mirror with a round head. And then there's the rectangular mirror, which is in the kit, which is the correct 68 mirror, the production mirror. So there's two mirrors, but there was two cars, stunt car and then the hero car. But when it comes to the history of those two, I don't want to get too much into the history, but they were both identical cars, Highland Green 390 4-speed cars, GTs, ordered identical sequential VINs for Warner Brothers for the movie. But I want to do it because I love the over-restored look and the super glossy paint. I know some of you guys don't. It's a little too much. Others do. And to each his own. Now, the movie car is very dull, and it gets, duller and more worn throughout the movie as far as dents, wear and tear, and whatnot. Now, I understand that that was done for a reason. One, they didn't want the reflection of the camera car anywhere on it, which is one of the reasons why the whole tail panel was dulled down, and they say on the bezels there was dulling agent, but in one of the scenes where you can really see the back, it really looks like that whole back panel is blacked out. Now, in the car as it appears today, the whole panel is green. The bezels are visible as they're chrome, but they're not super shiny. They're very dull. And it said there was a dulling agent put on them. But in the actual show, you can see it looks like this whole is blacked out. But the footage is kind of grainy. It's not 4K film. And I always thought the whole blacked out tail panel looked really good. But even if it's green, if I do it green, I'm going to leave these green bezels, kind of like how this piece of chrome and the rockers were painted over in green. just like that. So I'll do that. And then they removed all of the emblems off of the car for the movie. So no Mustang or Ford emblems anywhere, the GT emblems. So that's the ones, you know, that what the modifications they did to the car. So I'm going to, you know, make it like it appeared in the film as far as equipment goes, but probably much better paint job, much shinier, the wheels and everything, and some of the other corrections that I'm researching. One of the things I mentioned in my last video too was it's been reported that the car had headers. There's a couple of things that talk about how they did that, but when you watch the footage, it was pointed out to me that the stunt car, you didn't see the headers hanging out from under when it's jumping and hitting the front end. Okay, well that makes sense. I mean, that is technically the stunt car, and they wouldn't want the headers hanging down. But they also want the performance in the stunt car. So, you know, why not use headers? I could see both sides of it. And then the car that survives today, the Hero car, which, you know, wasn't modified according to the owners that had it for 45 years. They were the second or third owner. You know, depending on which order it was. Technically, Warner Brothers had it. They sold it to somebody that used to, you know, work there. They're the ones who sold it to the people who held it for 45 years. So they didn't modify it. They rebuilt the 390, according to history. But that car, even when it went to Mecum auction, it had the iron manifolds and the exhaust system. But it's been said that the exhaust system was modified, and that basically they straight piped it and left the resonators. So they took out this muffler, which I do plan to do that. I'm going to cut this out the way it's molded in here. So I'll cut this out and replace these sections and straight pipe the back of it. So I am going to do that. So that is planned. I'll do that a little bit later. The steering wheel is pretty much correct. It's a Shelby looking steering wheel, but it's black. Because I noticed it in the footage is black, where the actual Shelby steering wheel is wood. But apparently there was an accessory one that Carroll Shelby sold that was black foam, but it still had the Shelby stuff and looked like the Shelby one. And I guess that's what the car has. One other modification, I painted the seat black just to kind of show it off. And I like how it looks right there. And the pattern matches the pattern here. But, you know, checking into it and really getting a good look at 68 patterns, while it looks a whole lot better and it matches the seat, that's technically not correct either. But I'm going to leave it and live with it. I kind of like the dents and stuff in the foil. Gives it that wear and tear look. But it's a fastback. You're not going to be able to see much of it. So, you know, but through the window. So everything else, I'm going to do it as a bit over-restored. I think I'm going to keep the manifolds, modify the exhaust, not do the headers, and, you know, the super shiny paint, and of course all of that in the Highland green. So I've got a lot to do, but I got a good start on it. You know, chassis painted, engines painted blue. This is what I did last weekend. Gave it some time to dry. This one's got some real faint mold lines. It's a little goofy right here on this body. So I'll clean some of that stuff up in all the lines, but got it glued, and this will go together pretty fast. But let me know what your thoughts are and how you would build it when it comes to the combination. I know many of you would go with a duller paint, and I completely agree with that, because that's more accurate to how it appeared. But then, you know, what about the dents? Putting some of the dents in it, because I guess even Steve McQueen, he wanted to keep the dents in it because it gave the character and the car more conviction and depth and everything. Reading certain comments made about the car and everything. So kind of fun to see. You know, there's dents in the hood and dents all over. And depending on the scene, the dents don't match because they're two different cars. And also continuity. Sometimes the dents happen at a certain time, but the filming was bounced back and forth and edited. So, you know, there's a scene where some dents are there, then the dents get put in there, and then the dents are gone and reappear as far as continuity. So kind of neat to see. I did sand the bezels where the backup lights go, because the backup lights were removed from the car. And so this will be a quick build and everything, but I plan on doing some more of the paint and sanding, getting this ready. But I was just explaining some of my research and what I had found. what I'm planning to do, ideas I've ditched, what's actually accurate or not. What are your thoughts on the black tail panel? I like the way it looks, especially Marcus's. The way it just looks awesome, blacking that out, semi-gloss. And, you know, the footage, you know, it's hard to tell in the movie footage, but there's a couple of, when they get out away from downtown and they're out there speeding, and you get a real close-up look of both the Charger and this car, and it really looks black in that footage, but you can really see the gas cap. So, you know, the blacked out GT on that as well, which was like chiseled off. It wasn't removed cleanly, which that cap is still on the car today. So quite interesting stuff. So I'll continue working on this, but I just wanted to share my plans, what I've discovered, what I'm going to do, and we'll move on and continue on. But I'm curious on what your thoughts are, and you know, if you built it, what how you built it, and you know what your motivation and everything was. But you guys, thank you for tuning in, subscribing, and all your comments and everything. I really do appreciate it. You guys have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next time.